goodness. Woo. So yeah, we're on the road again. On the road again. So I got my coffee. Puppies had their milky bone, so they're all happy. There were a lot of people at Cracker Barrel last night. Tons of the vans, the Roadmaster Ram vans and stuff. I was just watching a thing this morning, these ones that have a Ram truck pulling a fifth wheel. They were getting 8 miles per gallon. 8 miles a gallon. Oh my God. You spend a lot of money when you get 8 miles to the gallon if you're going, and you're not stopping someplace. I mean, if you're having that kind of setup, then you need to go and stay a couple weeks at one place and then move a little bit down the road and stay another couple weeks. The slow-moving things, but that's not me. I'm a fast-moving one. I spend one day and then that's it. Some people come out here to Quartzsite and they spend the whole winter out here. Now, as I understand it, if you're going to be spending time out here, now you have to pay, and I forget how much it is now for the winter, if they're going to be staying out all winter. Which of course I'm not. I'm going for 1 day or 2 days maximum, something like that. But because like I said, I just I've thought so many times about going to the rubber tramp thing. But then when I saw how many people go, I just, no, not for me. It's just too many people, too much, all the videos, and one that kind of really started this rubber tramp thing, because the reason why, because he was living in an ambulance that he had converted, but then he went up to Alaska and was in a small car for a week or 2 weeks, something like that, and said it was so freedom, so much freedom from him versus the ambulance. So he bought a Subaru and converted it and was living in that. Now, where he was talking with this other guy about the best vehicles. And in that one, he was saying, oh yeah, the best is a van. So, did that come out after? Did he decide the Subaru wasn't that great after all? Or was that made before he got the Subaru and just put up later? So that's what I'd like to find out. Was his conclusion after all that he wasn't so thrilled with the Subaru now that he got it? Did he change his mind? Or did he do that video before he got the Subaru? You know, sometimes people do videos and make it and they don't put it out for a couple weeks or something, you know, so. Anyway, I'd like to see what he says. If he thinks, yeah, that the Subaru is much better than what he was doing, or if he's changed his mind already on that. And then there was one girl that's out here. She's got a Prius as well. Not a Prius V. I think she's got a regular Prius. Interesting story. I guess she was doing drugs and stuff, and then she started living on the road, and that just cleared her up. She's, you know, doing well now, and she lives in her Prius. She's got it all painted. She painted the Prius. So that was kind of interesting. Yeah. You know, it would be fun to actually meet somebody else that's... I did meet one person one time. It was a guy, and he had a Prius V as well. But he just had everything just was thrown in there, and I don't know how he lived in that. But it would be interesting to meet, you know, a few other people that are doing car life, and you know, just see how they've got their things set up in real life. It's one thing seeing it online, and it's another thing seeing it in person, okay, and actually talking with them and seeing how they're doing, and you know, how they like the life, etc. So I would like to meet a few people just to see what their experience of it is. Because I think everybody's got a different experience. Now, like I said, I would love to be out on the road, but I have the YouTube, and people depend on me to be doing tarot readings, and I can't do that if I'm driving all day. I can't. When I'm home, I can do lots of readings and do that, but if I'm moving, traveling, I just simply can't. and a sitter. Hanger outer. I'ma put the pedal to the metal and let's get on down the road. So we'll see. You know, maybe I'll try one of these days if I can go out. Find a place, if I get a place with good signal and stuff and I can stay a few days, maybe try it and see how I do with it. But that's not usually my style of going. I'm usually, like I said, mainly just on the roads, moving and moving. Yeah. So we'll see. The one thing though that I really dislike is when I'm traveling and you go someplace and you just see all this trash that people have left behind. Case in point, yesterday. Yeah, that wasn't, you know, I don't know, I've never ever littered in my life, never. I don't understand it, why people are drinking drinks and then they throw them out their car window, or you know, why they just stay at a place and leave their trash out there, and just, I don't get it. Why are people so disrespectful to the land and just don't care about putting trash out there? I've never understood that. It just makes you sad, you know, when you go someplace and you want to enjoy the beauty of it, and you get there and somebody's left their trash around. How hard is it to pack up your trash and take it and dispose of it in a wastebasket somewhere? So that's my one caveat, my one thing that I don't like about being on the road and going out to BLM lands, etc. Now, I've been out to Quartzsite a couple of times, and like I said, you know, I see the people just leave trash around. They leave bottles, cans. I mean, you could find Lord only knows what out there. All sorts of stuff. They just, no regard. For the land, and you know, so like I said, you know, that's one thing that I don't understand, why people are so disrespectful and just throw things. So that's one thing I make sure I have in my thing. I have my little trash water barrel. I'm not doing that. I'm not throwing it there. So I've got to wait till I can find a parking place, a place that's got, or I'll dispose of them when I get gas. I'll dispose of everything when I get gas. Now here's a parking area. Oh, they do have a trash thing up here. It said no services, so I didn't think there was a trash, but there is a trash. I could have stopped there and disposed of everything, and then I start fresh again. But just throwing stuff out there, I just so interesting when you go through Arizona and you see the saguaro cactus, and it's the only place they have them. Maybe some places in Mexico they have the saguaro. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I really did enjoy my time living in Mexico. I was down by Lake Chapala, not far from Guadalajara area, and I really did enjoy it there. But now, unfortunately, my passport has expired, and I would have to, I've looked everywhere and I can't find it so that I can renew it. So at this point in time, I can't go anywhere except for the U.S. because I need to update my passport. And like I said, I can't find where it went to. I wouldn't have thrown it away. Now I found my one that was expired before that. That one I can find, but this last one, I can't find it anywhere. Person I watch sometimes is Victoria. She actually really reminds me of somebody I knew that passed. The person that I knew looked a lot like her. I mean, they really look a lot alike, except for the one that I knew. She, unfortunately, she had anorexia and couldn't get out of it. We did some music together. She had some things out of music that she put together that we had done. And she loved Egyptian things, cats. And she was taking that ketamine. I think that I've got a feeling they didn't know if she had passed or if somebody had killed her, whatever, but I got a feeling that it was that ketamine. I've got a feeling that she OD'd on ketamine. Yeah. So that was sad. Beautiful, beautiful girl. She was just stunningly pretty. But just had things that she couldn't overcome. But anyway, the girl that I watch once in a while, she was going to Mexico and found this little dog, so she adopted this little dog. It's going to grow up to be a big dog. It's going to be a big dog, I think. But it's a nice dog, and so she adopted that. And she's traveling with somebody now, with some guy. So, I mean, I hope that works out for her, but, yeah. We'll see. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here and just keep pedaling up the road so I get there. Not too long. It's not that far away. And just go check things out and, ramble around there for a couple of days and just see what's going on. And then I'll head back to my sticks and bricks because I have things that are delivered that are sitting. Well, it's okay because they put it in my mailbox. It's locked mailboxes, so I'll go back and pick those up. And like I said, Ronald's flying out so he can help me with the van that I'm putting up for sale, the Roadtrek. I've just got to figure out how you sell it because I've still got to pay off a balance on it. So how do I get the title? How do I sell it to somebody if I still have to, pay the balance? Do they send do I just pay it there and they send the title to the new owner? Do they send it to me and I have to sign it over? I don't know, so I got to figure all of that out. I have no idea how that works. Do I have to pay it off first and have them send me the title before I can turn it and sell it? All of that is still to be figured out because, like I said, I have no idea how that works. But it'll be nice to have that paid off and not have to worry about storage and that type of stuff anymore because, like I said, it sat there for a year. I haven't been using it. I've just been using my Prius, and I'm quite happy with this. This works just as well for me as does the van. Okay. Now, if I were going and slow traveling and spending a couple weeks at a place, etc., then the Roadtrek would be, quite fine to have. But I think for me, this is much more convenient. I'm much happier just in my Prius V. I can go off-road. You go off-road with the vans and stuff and everything. I mean, just is shaking apart. I mean, yeah. Now, last night at the Cracker Barrel, parked next to me was a Pleasure Way, but it was a 4x4 van. So that was pretty cool, 4x4 van. So you could take that off-roading and stuff. Although again, everything. But yeah, they had a 4x4. So I thought that was pretty cool. If you're going to be doing off-road stuff, you know, BLM lands and things. And the one thing, I don't understand why people have a fifth wheel and they try to take it off-road. Because those things are not made for off-road. People have gotten in some of these new ones. And some of these big Class A, you know, like a bus, and they're not built well now. They're falling apart before they even get them on the road at all. I just, yeah, no. I'll stick with my Prius B. I get good gas mileage. Like I said, I'm comfortable all day, all night in here. Whether it's hot or it's cold, it doesn't matter. I can set my temperature in here. Okay? I can take it on road. I can take it off road. So for me, this works out quite well. Now again, I did have this lifted, and I have the all-terrain tires on it. And I do take it off-road once in a while and go through the forest roads and things, and a lot of those you get a lot of rocks and you get a lot of, yeah. So, I've never had a problem with it. I do have a skid plate that I have under here as well, but I've never hit a rock where I've had the skid plate. I've gone over some pretty, you know, I'm not doing massive rock climbing, you know, no. But so far, you know, it's been great. It's been great. I saw Mr. Mickey get up and stretch back there. Mr. Mickey, Mick, Mick, what you doing, Mickey, Mick, Mick? They're both sacked out back there now. Yeah, happy puppies. Like I said, they went out and had their Milky Bone first thing this morning, so they're all happy. The only thing that I don't like about the dogs is that screaming and barking, and, you know, it's hard to take them around people because they bark. They just want to, you know, they get excited and they want to go see people, but they bark and, you know, scream, and it's just, it's not pleasant when you have two dogs that are just barking. You know, they see people, they want to go see them, you know, they want to, you know, they're friendly, but people don't know they're friendly because they're barking like, you know, they're going to try to rip somebody apart. And they just want to go see them and get petted. So that's the only bad thing, you know, I can't go anywhere, you know, if people come around the car and they're going crazy, like, you know, screaming. She's a screamer and he's a barker. So between the screaming and the barking at the same time, that's not pleasant. We'll put it that way. It's just, it's not. I've got to try to figure out how to get them to calm down and not do that. Because it's, I would like to be able to take them around people. Okay. But we'll see if I can ever figure it out.